The first thing we pick up in the mornings is our phones, and the last thing we put down at night is our phones. Hi, my name is Harley Johnson, and today I'm going to be talking about why we should limit our use on social media and try and persuade you to do the same. Most people revolve every move around social media. How we act, what we say, and what we wear. It's all influenced by social media. According to the website Broad Search, in 2023, 3.69 billion people are using social media, which is over half of our world's population. It also states on average we spend 147 minutes on social media a day. After doing other activities such as sleeping, which takes about 8 hours, and eating, which takes about 1, that only leaves us with about 11 hours out of our day to do other things such as going to work, school, and interacting with others. This chart states that over our lifetime, we spend 3 years and 7 months eating and 6 years and 8 months using social media. After seeing the growing numbers of people being negatively affected by social media, I began to find a great interest in the topic. And I also began to educate myself in the situation and trying to solve it. We must address the growing rates of social media and encourage everyone to help stop its influence. Social media has a strong impact on people's mental health all over the world. First, we will look at the effects it has on our mental health. Social media has been linked to depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Recent studies referenced by the Child Mind Institute suggest people who frequently use social media feel more depressed and less happy with life than those who spend more time on non-screen activities. 58% of Americans say social media affects their health. Among those, 64% experience anxiety from social media use, and 56% of users also experience depression. Social media is affecting mental health of all ages, but is significantly affecting our generation. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others on social media, things that may or may not be real. The pressure of fitting into the things social media says we should be often leads to anxiety, depression, or worse. To establish the link between depression and social media, a study was done at the University of Pennsylvania, which consisted of 143 students who were assigned to 2 groups. One could use social media with no restrictions, and the other limited to 30 minutes on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, combined over a 3-week period. Each student participated using iPhones to access social media. The researchers monitored their phone data usage to ensure completion. The group with restricted social media access reported lower severe depression and loneliness than they had before the research. Here's a chart that shows students who had their social media use limited reported that they were less depressed. Now that we have looked at the negative effects of social media, we can now look at the solutions. A great solution is to limit this time spent on social media would be setting a screen time. Screen time has been proven to decrease depression and loneliness. According to the library article, National Library of Medicine, it states, limiting TV viewing and computer use in children is important to prevent an increase of depression in childhood and remains highly prevalent in adulthood. This shows when we do not have a limited screen time, it creates stress early in our life that can stick with us through a long period of time. Screen time limitations are available on most electronics in their settings, but there are also useful apps that users are using as well, such as RPact and Antisocial, which are provided on an iPhone, Android, and iPad. These apps are very effective and allow you to set daily and weekly screen time limitations. In conclusion, social media impacts our mental health in more ways than we can imagine. Mental health is a very vital part of us as a living being, and it's very important for it to stay healthy. It is impacting our loved ones and is taking over their lives daily. We need to come together and do our part in efforts to stop the growing of mental health due to social media.